Hey Riza, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. I just want to I want to address a couple of things in your writing. Then we'll go ahead and jump over to the composition. So, in your writing, you're saying you Googled summer aesthetic backgrounds for the background and use Amethyst Bay logo on the top, but I thought it flowed better without the purple box. Okay, that makes sense. Coffee cup came from a stock image on Google. This tells me that you're searching Google for images, which is not always the best thing to do because what you need to do is search high resolution images. That's why I left all of those high resolution image sites for your reference so that you could use those to select a high resolution image. The problem with the Google images is they're low resolution. You know what? I think I've got Photoshop open, so I'm just going to go ahead and open those two images so you can see what I mean. So let's go ahead and take a look at the coffee PSD. Okay, so now if we come into this coffee PSD, I'm going to go over to image. And we're going to take a look at image size, and we can see that this is a tiny itty bitty little image. It's 72 ppi. It's 3.5 by 2.6. It's 72 ppi. So there's no transposing this. There's no turning this into a high resolution image because the dimensions aren't big enough. That's all covered in the video announcement called, I'm sorry, the video tutorial called can I change my 300, can I change 72 ppi images to 300 ppi images? That shows you how to resample an image to change it. The dimensions here are too small. So the problem therein is if we take a look at this, look how damaged it is. It's very, very pixelated. It's showing enormous amounts of compression artifact. So this would not be a suitable image. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the background, we can still see the same thing. Very, very low quality image. Okay, so the point I'm making here is that you should go to those image sites that I left as opposed to going to Google for your image search process. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the Adobe Illustrator file. Now, a few problems with this. Now, my recommendation at this point is this. I would like you to go into the course announcements. Every week since week 1, I've left a series of very detailed video tutorials regarding every single assignment for the class. I would like you to go into those and review those, specifically the ones for the page setup and for the magazine setup. The reason I say that is because we've got a few problems here. So we come over here. Right now we've got an artboard. Well, let's start with the layers palette. Okay, you've got one layer. That's layer 1. That's it. This requires 3 layers. A layer for text, a layer for the logo, and so all text goes on one layer, the logo goes on one layer, and all of the images go on a 3rd layer. So we're looking at 3 layers here. Okay, good job embedding your images. That's fantastic. All images are embedded. That's beautiful. As far as the size goes, this ad is required to be submitted at 8.5 by 11. The masked image is required. We can see that there, but that's a low quality image, and so is the background image. So the images aren't suitable for the requirements of the project. We need the logo. You've got the logo here, and then we need a headline, a subhead, and a paragraph of body copy. And the reason we need that as a requirement is just to reinforce your ability to set type in Illustrator. Okay, so again, headline, subhead, informational paragraph, and then make sure you're set up at 8.5 by 11 with the required layers. Now, if you jump over to the course announcement, you've got these these are where all of these tutorials are. So if we come over here to assignment 2, so week 2. So here is the welcome to week 2. That's an important video. Then over here we have these. 2-1, how to do the page processing activity, 2-2. Then we come over to week 3 and we see more tutorials here. Can I change a 72 ppi to 300? And then also pixelization and image and compression artifact. Then over here in milestone in week 3, we have these tutorials down here, how to zip your folders. Then over in week 4, we've got more tutorials. So as you can see, the point I'm trying to make is that the announcements area is chock full of tutorials to help you complete the assignments. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here and I want to show you the images, and the reason why they're not suitable is, as we can clearly see, pixelization. Those little squares, Those little squares, those are all pixels. Those are all indicative of low quality and or low resolution images. We want very, very high quality images. My final comment is the artboards. Right now you basically have an artboard, and then you have a file outside the artboard. So if we come to the artboards right here, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to options, and we're going to see this artboard options. This is an artboard in here that's placed inside of the file. So we don't want to do that. We want to compose the entire ad in one artboard. Okay, so there's a lot of things that can be done. Now, don't forget the type requirements as well. Arial bold for the headlines, Arial bold italic for the subhead, and regular Arial for the body copy. Right now, it looks like you are using a typeface called Asherman, and that's not in the Arial family, so we would need to replace that with Arial typefaces. Okay. So at that point, I know I just thrown a lot at you, and there's a lot to do here. So I would say let's just start over, view those tutorials, and we'll take it from there. If you have any questions at all, if I can provide any further clarification, please let me know. But that's where we stand right now. So I'd like to see you work on recomposing the ad. If you have any questions or if you need help at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to provide anything that you need in that regard. Okay, thank you very much.